Hello everyone! Today we will going to learn about tornadoes. I know we often hear the word tornado and see it in movies or on the news, but has any one of you seen a tornado in real life? They are one of nature's most destructive phenomena, unpredictable and dangerous. In this discussion, we will talk about tornadoes, what they are, how they form, and their different types. That's why by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to recognize how a tornado formed, determine the different types of tornado, and apply the safety precautions if there is a tornado. Alright, to start, what exactly is a tornado? Tornado is a violent destructive whirling wind accompanied by a funnel-shaped clouds that progresses in a narrow path over the land. Whirling wind meaning spinning wind, it moves in a circular motion. Funnel-shaped because it looks like a funnel. Its base is wide at the top and gets narrower as it extends toward the ground. And narrow path, unlike sa storms nga mo-cover og wide areas, it moves along a narrow path, which means the destruction it caused is only concentrated in a small strip of land. Tornadoes usually happen in the afternoon when warm air rises, forming strong updraft that create thunderstorms, especially supercells. These storms can produce tornadoes with winds up to 250 miles per hour, powerful enough to lift cars, destroy houses, and leave a trail of damage up to a mile wide and 50 miles long. Let us move on to the formation of a supercell tornado. Tornadoes start from thunderstorms, but not just ordinary thunderstorms. They come from supercells. These are special types of thunderstorms that are stronger and more intense. Now let's talk about the steps that lead to a tornado. First, a rising air is needed. Ang hangin nga musaka tungod sa condensation or pagbugnaw sa moist air nagsugod sa bagyo. The heat released during condensation drives upward draft, making the storm stronger. Kung mas dako ang clouds, mas kusog ang hangin nga musaka. As the rising air climbs, it can twist and form a spinning column called the mesocyclone. This is the heart of the tornado. Ang mesocyclone mura siyang tubo nga nagtuyok sa hangin sulod sa bagyo. Cool, dry air outside the mesocyclone wraps around it, forming what we call a rear flank downdraft. This temperature difference between the inside and outside of the mesocyclone makes the storm unstable. Kini nga instability mao ang hinungdan ngano nga ang tornado mahimong mas lig-on. The mesocyclone gets tighter and the spinning winds become faster. If this funnel cloud reaches the ground, it officially become a tornado. Mao na ni ang delikado nga panahon kay makasamad yun ang kusog nga hangin.
So now let's talk about the formation of non-supercell tornadoes. So we have 6 stages in the formation of non-supercell tornadoes. First, we have the surface heating stage. So ang nahitabo ani is that the sun hits the Earth's surface, warming the moist air near the ground. Also, the wind shears make it even easier to set them off. So when we say wind shear, this is when two winds at different levels at different speeds blow together. On the second stage, the fast-moving air begins to spin and roll over the slower wind. Unja katong sigtuyok nga hangin is makagather to jag pace and magkaanam siya kadako. On the third stage, ma-invisible na siya. Ang katong hangin nga nagsigtuyok or the spinning wind, maporma na siya like a cylinder. And as the wind continues to build up, mas mukusog ijang force. And that causes an updraft. On the fourth stage, the wind spins faster vertically upward. So, ang naitabo ani is ang katong di ba naman to'y updraft, ang kato di ba horizontal tas dyan mo anam tas dyan og barog. So kibali there is a vertical tiltation nga nahitabo ani. Now on the fifth stage, the spinning winds create a vortex. And maunas dyan hinungdan nganong mas mupaspas pa ijang rotation and mas mugrabe ang ijang energy. Now on the last stage, a tornado or a non-supercell tornado is now fully formed.
Now, let's proceed to the types of tornado. Tornadoes vary in sizes and shapes. The first that we are about to tackle is the rope tornado. From the name itself, rope tornado, it appears like a rope with a long and thin appearance. Rope tornado is usually in dissipating form, and this is due to the fact that rope tornado is the final form or stage of a tornado before it completely disappears. However, some tornadoes retain rope-like shape throughout its whole lifespan. With that, rope tornadoes are weaker. However, it can still cause local damages. The next type is the cone tornado. From the name itself, cone tornado appears in an upside-down triangle or an ice cream cone. Usually, cone tornado appears at the peak of the tornado's lifespan. With that, cone tornado have a large span and can cause large destruction. However, although cone tornado is large and destructive, there are still larger type of tornado, which is the wedge tornado, which will be tackled by the next reporter.
So the next type of tornado is the wedge tornado. This type of tornado is classified as the largest and most destructive. A wedge tornado is a type of tornado that appears to be much wider than it is tall, often taking on a shape resembling an enormous wedge. The tornado's widening is driven by its interaction with the environment. A strong and steady supply of energy, intense low-level rotation, and abundant moisture enable it to grow horizontally, leading to the characteristic wedge shape. It is the most destructive because di ba dako man siya, so dako pod ang iyang makos na damage. So in the tornado, we have this enhanced Fujita scale. It is a rating system used to estimate the intensity of tornadoes by assessing the damage they cause. Many wedge tornadoes have been associated with the highest rating on the enhanced Fujita scale. So the next type of tornado is the multi-vortex tornado and the satellite tornado. Multi-vortex tornadoes, a single tornado with two or more smaller vortices called suction vortices, rotating around a common center inside the main funnel. So the formation of this tornado often occurs in large and intense tornadoes. It also arises due to the instabilities in the airflow within the tornado. So satellite tornado, a separate, smaller tornado that forms near a larger primary tornado and revolves around it. It is sometimes called mini tornado. Satellite tornadoes are distinct from the main tornado and are not connected to its circulation. It moves independently, but it influenced by the larger tornado's movement. The satellite tornado can cause damage outside the main tornado spot.
Now, let's move on to the last type of tornado, the non-supercell tornado. This type of tornado is unique because it does not originate from the rotating updrafts found in supercell thunderstorms. Unlike the large-scale organized systems that produce supercell tornadoes, non-supercell tornadoes develop from localized areas of vertical rotation near the ground. So, here are the following examples of non-supercell tornadoes. The first example is land spouts. Land spouts resemble water spouts but form over land. They develop in fair weather conditions with weak thunderstorms, and the rotation begins near the ground and is stretched upward by the updraft. The second example is water spouts. As the name suggests, water spouts form over warm bodies of water. They develop in environments with weak wind shear and rising warm moist air. Water spouts are typically weaker and less destructive than traditional tornadoes, but it can cause damage if they move onto land. The third and the last example is gastnado. Gastnados are short-lived, tornado-like features that form along gust fronts or outflows from storms, and they are not connected to the storm's cloud base. Non-supercell tornadoes dissipate when the updraft
weakens, becomes disrupted, or when the rotating columns of air loses its organization and is no longer stretched.
So, in conclusion, understanding how tornadoes form and recognizing their different types enhances our ability to anticipate this natural phenomena. Also, by applying appropriate safety precautions, we can effectively protect ourselves and others during a tornado event. That would be all, and thank you.